Join me, Saints fans, in wishing Rashid Shaheed a very happy birthday. Get in the comment section, type speed to celebrate the Speedster's birthday. If you guys want to show him some love, get in the comment section and let him hear ya. All right, so I want to dive into some Michael Thomas injury updates / the real story about what actually happened with the Michael Thomas surgeries. Katherine Terrell of ESPN, she sat down and had an interview with MT. And just to kind of set the scene here, let me just share the details. So in 2021, in case you forgot, Michael Thomas had surgery to repair a torn deltoid and other ligaments in his left ankle. And it was an injury that he sustained in 2020. That's why he missed the 2021 season. But in 2022, he dislocated his second toe on the right foot in Week 3 against the Carolina Panthers. He was off to a really hot start, if y'all remember. In Week 1, had a very, very clutch touchdown against the Atlanta Falcons at their stadium to help the Saints solidify their W against the Dirty Birds. But one thing that we realized, or we found out in this interview with Katherine Terrell, is that Thomas's body failed to respond to hardware inserted to help him out and help him heal. And like I said, Katherine Terrell, shout out to her for getting this interview going on with him. We're going to get into some more quotes, into some thoughts from Michael Thomas about what really went on, some updates from some coaches and all sorts of other stuff, and then just the impact that he will have on the 2023 season. And quite honestly, I think he's on a revenge tour. But before we get to that, guys, subscribe for more Saints news and Saints videos. We like to go live here and there. I just talked to the bosses yesterday. He said if we can win this sub battle against the Falcons, we will get to go live every week on Wednesdays once again. But we also have live watch parties, awesome videos about rumors, great updates around your New Orleans Saints, and it's content by Saints fans for Saints fans. So let's crush those Dirty Birds. They are beating us by 22 subs in terms of how many they've gained in the month of July. I want to beat them. I hate the Falcons, so if you do too, hit that sub button right now. All right, so Michael Thomas on the surgeries. Here's a quote from MT. He says, "I don't want to use this as an excuse, but also, when you get surgeries and they put hardware in, sometimes your body rejects the hardware." And as we know, Katherine Terrell asked him and said, well, you know, which surgery? He said, well, we hit both. And it wasn't just the ankle surgery. They hit both. Your body responds and healing responds to it. Whatever I guess is the 1%. I guess I'm in that category. And Michael Thomas found himself in that 1% category. And Ronald Curry, the now quarterbacks coach, who at the time in 2018 through 2020 was the wide receivers coach for Michael Thomas, he put this in, you know, he said this right down below. He said he did nothing wrong. His body just didn't have time to react to the surgeries like it should have. And just another update around the, you know, to add some clarity to the situation. Thomas tried to rehab his ankle without surgery in the 2021 offseason. And then in June of the 2021 offseason, he had surgery. It failed to respond, and he did not play because of that, what was initially described as a small setback. And then the Saints actually thought that he would return to the roster from that toe injury after the surgery when he went down, but obviously didn't. So, you know, this is just a crazy situation. Just to kind of add some clarity there. A very weird thing that happened with Michael Thomas, but I can tell you right now, he's had some bad luck, and I want to send him some good juju. He even said, it's just some bad luck, some weird stuff happened. You know, it be like that at the end of the day. Your body does not respond to surgery as well. I mean, what can you do? It's your body. Like, there's not a whole lot you can do to prevent that. So let's send some good vibes and some good juju over to Michael Thomas. Hit that thumbs up icon, like today's video. And if you want to support MT, we got jerseys available for you. Go to chatsports.com/Saints jerseys. We also have jerseys for all sorts of other players like Derek Carr, Cam Jordan, and everyone else you may want to have a jersey for. But we wanted to show some love to the MT jerseys because I know my next one I'm ordering. I got my Shaheed jersey. I got my Olave jersey. I feel like I got to go can't guard Mike. And I'm using this link down below, which you will be able to find in the comment section and in the description of today's video. Choo-choo! All aboard! we're getting up on the train for the Michael Thomas Revenge Tour of 2023. Let me tell you something, Saints fans. Your favorite wide receiver can't guard Mike. He is going to be back this year, and he is going to be making some noise. And I want to take a second to look at the production of MT because, as you know, in 2022, he started off real hot. He looked real damn good. I mean, he was averaging a touchdown a game, 10.7 yards per catch, had 171 catches in just 16 games. I mean, he is over 5 catches a game as well. That's pretty damn impressive. And one thing that I really liked is you don't need to see the numbers in 2019, 149 receptions, 1,700 yards, 11 yards per tote, and 9 touchdowns. You don't need to see that again. We don't need to see that in order for the Saints to succeed. You have so many freaking weapons. And before we show the wide receiver depth chart, I'm just going to rifle off a handful of players. Alvin Kamara, Jamaal Williams, Kendre Miller, Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau, Taysom Hill, Jimmy Graham. That's not even getting into the wide receivers. Now, getting into the wide receivers, you have 6 dogs. Well, let me rephrase. 5 dogs in Tre'Quan Smith. You have Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, Rashid Shaheed. Those are going to be your top 3. A.T. Perry cracked the 53-man roster. Shout out to the draft pick. And also, fun fact, every draft pick the Saints made this year is on the roster, which is pretty damn cool. Keith Kirkwood, there's clear chemistry with him and Derek Carr. They connected in the preseason for a touchdown. Tre'Quan Smith, he's on the roster. I personally think Shaq Davis should take his spot. That's just me. Don't know why he's here. But it's still a really solid wide receiver group. And not to mention Olave and Shaheed, just those two. I want to focus in on those 2 guys because I truly do believe they're going to take away so much attention and take away so much pressure from Michael Thomas because now Chris Olave is your wide receiver 1. Michael Thomas is wide receiver 2. So you get to let MT cook. Your top cornerbacks are going to be on Chris Olave. Your Jalen Ramseys, your Jair Alexanders, your Sauce Gardners, those type of players are not going to be focused on Michael Thomas. They're going to be focused on Chris Olave. And then not to mention, you have Rashid Shaheed in the slot. You can send him deep. You can send him on a jet sweep. You can see him do whatever he can because when he has the ball in his hands, he's getting freaking yards. Look at the Holy Trinity's production last year. Chris Olave is a rookie. He's already an 1,000-yard receiver, a bona fide wide receiver 1, and an absolute stud. Michael Thomas, the production was short, but so was his season. Still impressive for what he was able to do. Rashid Shaheed. It took Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael and the Saints offense too damn long to make him a key part of the offensive playbook. 28 receptions, 488 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not to mention, he also had that jet sweep against the Bengals, which he rushed for a touchdown, like a 40, 50-yarder. His first 2 touches in the NFL were 40-plus yard touchdown touches. So, do what you want. Rashid Shaheed, the freaking birthday boy, put on last year. I can't wait to see him do it again this year. But, guys, this show is about Michael Thomas. So you can't guard him. I promise you freaking can't. I promise you A.J. Terrell has no business even holding his jockstrap. So type number 13 in the comment section. Show some love to MT if you want him to have a great season. And also, guys, just a fun little programming thing here going on at Chat Sports Within the Walls. Mitchell Renz, the host of the Raiders Report, he is currently, literally, they just put the stencil on or whatever. He literally is getting a full leg sleeve tattoo, a bunch of Raiders stuff, and it's actually a pretty cool tattoo. And they are doing a Madden simulation for the Raiders versus the Saints in Madden 24. It's going to be pretty cool. Derek Carr versus the Raiders. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun. I'm going to be going out and hanging out over there for a little bit throughout the day. So join me, Raiders Report on YouTube. Go show them some love and tune into the stream. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Y'all stay golden. We'll catch you next time.